Hey everybody, on this video, I'm going to go over how my broadhead held up against my buck this year. Here we go. All right, so first things first, I want to go over the shot placement. So that means, I've gone over this on the last video, but basically I'm going to go over it with this, just like I did in the last video. The shot, when I shot, the deer was, first off, about 30 yards away, on the ground. I was on the ground, level with it. And the deer was quartered to about like this. My aiming point was right about here, right at the shoulder. The deer ducked and probably in turn to where it was coming back up, but my aim point where I shot has then switched to this, which the arrow went through, straight in, and it actually went along the spine, along the back strap, about halfway through the deer, and buried about that far into the neck. So basically like half my back strap was kind of messed up and I didn't save most of it. But this broadhead went along the spinous processes of that buck and hit each one along the way. So take that into consideration when I show you this broadhead and exactly how it fared in that encounter. So here we go. All right, so don't mind this terrible lighting in my basement, but this is what the broadhead looks like. I've clearly not cleaned anything up. You know, the whole arrow is still full of blood and whatnot, but you can see here, there's a chip right there on that side. It's still very sharp, but there's a chip right there. And obviously there's a huge chip here at the tip. So, I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but in my opinion, this broadhead is toast. I will not be using it on an animal anymore. It still is very sharp though, like I said, very sharp, except for these little chips. But what I've heard actually in the reviews of these broadheads, which these are the Grizzlystik 200 grain Samurai single bevel broadheads. And they're the black ferrule, so they're the like more expensive one. The overkill, they call them. They're like overkill is what they're called. They're red. They're like made of a cheaper steel. These are the more expensive ones. But I've also heard that these tend to chip here and there. So now I will say again that this broadhead hit spine and bones like the whole way through. So the jury's still out. I'm gonna keep shooting these next year, but if this happens on, you know, like every single shot, I'll probably be switching to maybe some cutthroats or something. Not sure what yet though, but yeah, there's the broadhead. So my overall thoughts, I do think these are great broadheads still. I think I put this thing through the ringer. I'll shoot some more deer next year and tell you another one. Every deer I shoot, I'm gonna do this because I feel like this is one of those types of videos that get missed out on, like on YouTube or anywhere. People don't really talk about how their gear held up. The Ranch Fury does very good doing this. Look up his channel if you don't know who he is, but I'm sure you know who he is. I am still impressed with how the edge is held up. I don't like that it chipped, but again, it hit a lot of bone, so I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt this time. We'll see how it does next year. And in the next video, I've got a hunt I did with my niece in early December, and we got on some deer. So stay tuned, and catch you on the next one. But until then, keep shooting, never stop.